and Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
This.
D'Angelo Russell's last 5 games being insane.
Yeah, because D'Angelo Russell, I feel like, you know what I think? Every time we badmouth a player on the show, they go off.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you know what? The Knicks...
Frank Ntilikina is the worst ever.
I mean, besides Frank Ntilikina...
I mean, he had that 15 point, whatever it was, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists against the Mavs, which was one of your 2 wins.
the Mavs. We beat the Mavericks. Huge game. Honestly, I don't even care that we're 2-9. I mean, I do obviously care that we're 2-9.
Yeah.
But just knowing that one of those 2 wins was against the Mavs in their home court, huge.
Yep.
Also, we're playing the Mavs again. I'm sorry to keep talking about the Knicks. We'll get back to them later. But yeah, I saw something with D'Angelo Russell. It was like D'Angelo Russell, like last 24 hours. This was a couple of days ago. Like his last 24 hours, he had like 109 points.
Yeah.
Like.
Because he dropped 52 on the T-Wolves, his future team, and then dropped something like 46.
Yeah.
Just went insane.
And then last night on Monday.
Too bad he's stuck on a garbage ass team.
Yeah, on Monday he had 33 points and 8 assists.
Jazz still got the handy win by 14 though.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that's the issue with looking at all these numbers. D'Angelo Russell is going to be putting up numbers.
Yeah,
like he's probably gonna have his best scoring season in a while. I mean, no one expected Eric Pascal to be great, and he's been scoring a lot. But at the end of the day, they're on a team that's won 2 games.
Yeah,
and I mean, one of those was against the Pelicans without 3 starters. So I don't think, and then the other was against the underperforming Blazers.
Right. Eric Pascal.
I don't think there's much to look forward there right now. I mean, James Wiseman would fit in with this team perfectly.
Yeah.
And if Clay can actually come back well, they are a small forward away from being incredibly good.
Yeah, I think the Warriors. I think we went a little overboard with the Warriors, saying that they were good. The Warriors are a couple pieces away, completely healthy.
I think completely healthy, they're like 1.5 pieces away. They need a decent starting caliber small forward, and they need James Wiseman. Because then you just have a stacked team.
I think they should try and trade Draymond.
I think if you're looking at it in a vacuum, they should. Like, could they get value out of Draymond? Is Draymond going to help them that much going forward? All of those questions make sense to trade him. But the reason they gave him that extension this offseason was because they're trying to be loyal to him. He's a big part of what their success has been, and although it may not be the smartest basketball decision, financially keeping your stars around happy, looking forward, getting free agents that are convinced they're gonna, be respected, stay with you, whatever.
Yeah.
All of that is important to them, and they're gonna go for that. So I don't think Draymond gets traded unless he asks for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, unless he wants another ring. And the Warriors are going to be loyal to him and not trade him, then yeah, I think he stays. I think he finishes. Tony Parker.
Got jersey retired.
No surprise there, really.
None. Yeah.
I didn't really know he retired.
Oh, he retired after 1 season with the Hornets, which if you were going to go to the Hornets, like if he signed a 2-year deal with the Hornets 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, it was something like that.
And then he just... had 1 season with the Hornets and realized, well, Kemba just left.
Yeah.
I'm not staying here.
No.
So, retired, one of the greatest, probably the greatest European point guard of all time. I can't say out of country point guard, out of the U.S. point guard, because Steve Nash exists.
Oh, yeah.
But one of the greatest to ever do it. I mean, that shot that he hit, you remember the against the Heat, in that finals game, dribbling in a circle, goes out, falls on the ground, turns around and shakes LeBron and just like goes up and under, hits off the backboard.
It's a little French woman.
One of the greatest shots I've ever seen.
Oh, definitely.
And that 2013 Spurs team probably should have won the championship. That 2014 Spurs team was beautiful to watch. So, I mean, there's a lot to thank Tony Parker for. He goes down as one of the greatest one of the greatest steals of all time.
Yeah.
And It's nice to see. Also, I guess close to breaking news, according to The Ringer, the Magic have been the leading team trying to trade for DeMar DeRozan.
Really?
They have not been good so far this year at 3-7.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is because they just can't score the ball.
Yeah.
I think so far this season they've had only 2 games where they've scored above 100 points. So I mean, defensively they're a fine team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure DeRozan would make a lot of sense for that team, especially when Evan Fournier probably gets you a little more in total.
Yeah, and what does DeMar DeRozan bring you that Aaron Gordon doesn't?
Aaron Gordon's a power forward.
I know, but like their games are very similar.
I would say Aaron Gordon is more of a floor spacer, and he doesn't have the ball handling or the passing that DeMar has, because DeMar can legitimately be your primary guard for like maybe 12 minutes a game on offense and like be the primary ball handler. I don't get it, because they have DJ Augustine, who, although he isn't the player DeMar DeRozan is, he fits this style of basketball much better. You got the like Evan Fournier, who to me is exactly what DeMar DeRozan is, except French, instead of from California. And I mean, Evan Fournier certainly hasn't had a great start to the year, but why would you give up future assets, especially to a team like the Spurs, to get DeMar DeRozan, who's currently on a 1-year contract?
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of seems like an attention grab, just because nobody's really talking about the